So the quote of the day is, all of life is peaks and valleys. Don't let the peaks get too high and the valleys too low. And that's from John Wooden. And the reason I picked this quote is because lately it's been stressful. Like, there's just been a lot of stuff going on, a lot of big check boxes needing to get checked, feeling overwhelmed and then pulling it back, and then feeling overwhelmed and then pulling it back. And I think it's part of the transition period I'm in from how I used to deal with stuff and how I'm hopefully going to deal with stuff. And it's been fine getting used to ups and downs and ups and downs and ups and downs, as opposed to I go up and then I go down and then I go up and then I go down. I was used to that. Like, I was used to like 3, 4, maybe even 5 months of downtime over like the winter, late fall, and then a peak of spring to summer before like school starts to hit in, and then we start to go down again and energy slump. And I was used to that. So it was like, okay, I figured out how to deal with that. But now that I'm trying to handle things differently and make adjustments and adaptations, you know, in the moments, the peaks and valleys, while not extreme, and I wouldn't even see the other ones were extreme, they just lasted longer. It was like a plateau, you know, or anyway, we're getting way into metaphor when I don't need to. Anyway, I don't think they were extreme. I think before I understood myself, they felt extreme. But now that I am adapting my own self and my own strategies, I'm not used to the up and down and up and down and up and down happening more frequently. And so it's been a little exhausting trying to figure out how to cope with it, but not like depressive, just, gosh, this morning was tough. Not this month was tough. Not this season was tough. Gosh, this morning was tough. And then it's better in the evening, or vice versa, or like a couple days of ugh, and then a couple days of yay. And so it's kind of odd getting used to the transition period. And I think maybe that's another reason a lot of people struggle making big changes, is because they're used to handling themselves the way they've been handling themselves, or their situations or whatever. And when you start to take steps in the direction you know you need to go to improve your mental health, improve your physical health, improve your surroundings, improve your job, improve your relationship, whatever, the change can feel harder than what you would hope it to be, even though you know the results are improvements. So it's weird to be kind of in that mode of, like, if you cut your bangs, you know, you cut bangs on your hair and then you have to let them grow out if you don't want to keep them or whatever. And there's that weird period in the middle where people are like, you know, like giving you all kinds of ideas of how to deal with growing out your bangs. Because it's a weird place to be where it's like, I really don't like it, but I really don't want to cut them off again. Cutting them off would make them look better quicker, but letting them grow out is what I really want to do. And so how do I deal with that in-between period? And that's kind of how I feel right now. So it's interesting. Like, I'm letting it stay interesting and not be like, ugh, but it's new. And so this quote is kind of a reminder for, like, don't let things like swing too far in either direction, you know, more even keel, you know, kind of ebb and flow. We've already talked about ebb and flow, you know, we've talked about all this stuff, but even though I keep talking about it, it's because like I need to keep it in a conscious state. I think the bad habits start to slip in when you start just like taking things for granted and not really thinking about things, at least periodically on a conscious level. Like, you just kind of let things happen and slide. And so more reminders of the same kind of thing, but also observations about like what it's been like as of late. Like, not bad, just different, and I'm not used to it. So it'll be okay. But as soon as I start adapting to how it is right now, it's going to change again anyway. So who, you know. Thanks for dropping in. If you want to hang out, I stream live on Twitch and YouTube Thursday evenings and middays on Sunday. I hope you have a lovely day, night, time, wherever you are, whenever you are. I'll see you next time.